Hi, my name is Jordan Weaver, and today we are talking about the IDEA and the IEP process. So IDEA is Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and it makes free and appropriate public education eligible for students with disabilities in the United States according to the law. So Free Appropriate Public Education, or FAPE, is a program of special education services designed specifically for a student with disabilities or special needs. Least, or the LRE, or least restrictive environment, or the LRE, is the most integrated setting that is appropriate for your student. Gets rid of involuntary confinement of a student due to their disability. We do not want our students to feel as if they are isolated from our other students just because they are different. The referral process is very important. Parents, teachers, and other staff members may be able to recommend evaluation. Parents may request an evaluation if they contact the school, especially if they have questions and concerns, or they suspect their student has disabilities or special needs. If a teacher sees a child struggling, they may request a 45-day evaluation of the child, and the school must have written consent to evaluate the child. The evaluation process. So your student must be evaluated to determine if the student has a disability, and a report must be written to explain that disability that has been found. If a disability is found, a meeting should be scheduled with your student's school to determine the services they may need. So in the state of Arizona, there are 15 different disabilities that will qualify you for eligibility for services. That is autism, deafness, developmental delay, emotional disturbance, hearing impairment, intellectual disability, multiple disabilities, orthopedic impairment, other health impairment, preschool severe delay, specific learning disability, speech or language impairment, traumatic brain injury, as well as visual impairment. So the IEP components. There are multiple components, and one of them is a statement of students' academic levels and how they function and perform in class. How do they work well with others? Do they work well with others who do not have a disability, or just those who do have a disability? So we also need a statement of annual goals that are to be met, a description of how the progress of the student will be met, and how they will be measured. We need a statement of modification, accommodations, etc. to ensure the student is attaining the annual goals set. And we also need an explanation of student behaviors if they do not participate in class. So parent and student involvement is very important as well. Parents and students should be involved in the student's education. We should be making goals at home as well as at school with your student. Use the resources provided to you by the school. Quarterly progress monitoring is very important as well. Progress should be monitored annually, that is daily with assessments, weekly with tests, but also quarterly with progress reports. So the annual review process is a yearly process where your student's IEP will be reevaluated, and we will see what works with your student and come up with more recommendations to improve your student's education process. Procedural safeguards are put in place to protect you and your confidentiality as well as your students. The school must protect the confidentiality of the student and parent and their personally identifiable information. One official is designated to assume all responsibility for the confidentiality of personal information. Training or instruction must be provided to those who will be collecting or using the confidential information that is personally identifiable. And the school district must have a list of names and positions of employees who have access to the personally identifiable information held by the school. Prior written notice is required by the school before your student is determined for any type of services. Parents have a legal right to receive prior notice if their student and their addition, change, or denial of services. A written notice must contain an explanation, a description of how the services will change, of the tests and assessments, a reminder of legal rights, information on how to obtain your legal rights, and contact information for your legal rights. These are some related sources: Parent Hub, Understood, and Sierra Vista Unified School District. Thank you very much.